Hi. So, yeah, I know it should be Megan really starting this off, but I am. Yeah, so I'm gonna log her in and everything, so when she gets in, we can get her straight to the video. So, this is the account we're gonna be playing on. Do not tell her I've started a YouTube video off and then she comes in.
Wow.
But we can start with this. So there you go, Milan. I'm not going to be using headset as it's too awkward and I can't be bothered.
Right, I need to explain something to you quickly.
What?
Alright, give me 2 minutes. Right, I'm back.
So you've got to start by not going over there for starters. You've got to leave the room.
I want to look around. You started it all off and I'm interested.
I didn't do anything. You just
It's all pretty.
Gets prettier when you walk outside the room.
What's in this door?
Walk out the door.
Oh!
This is the proper common room. No, other way, because that'll lead you to the common room.
What's this?
The same as the room you've just been in.
Oh! What's this? I didn't steal anything. Now let me steal more stuff. Oh, an apple. I'm stealing.
Right, come on. Head to the common room. We've got people to talk to.
Right.
I suppose some introductions are in order.
Put a headset on then.
Starting Hogwarts in your 5th year.
Oh. This is really pretty. Do 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 do. Who's this?
You'll lose. Trust me. I wouldn't do that if I were you. Ugh, not going to move there, are you?
Here, watch this.
Ow.
Don't say I
Sorry
didn't
about the
warn
mic.
you. Checkmate. Told you. You should have listened to me. Ah, I know who you are. You're the new Slytherin, the one who barged in with Professor Fig last night. Interesting tactic on your first day, taking all the attention away from the first years. I'm Imelda, by the way. Shame I wasn't with you in Fig. I could have lured that dragon away. My skills on a broom are legendary.
I'll take 2 seconds.
I know, but what if it stopped the recording?
It didn't.
Okay.
Perhaps Professor Fig's friend would have survived if we'd had your help.
Precisely. Perhaps one of these days I'll show you a thing or two about flying. I can teach you more than Kogawa ever could. Speaking of which, I'd like to get in some time on my break
Throwing
before
shade.
classes.
Do you have a lot of time to fly during school?
I make the time. There's nothing like swerving
She
through the
does my
spires of
editing.
the castle and around the Quidditch pitch to clear the mind.
Does she seem a little bit? What are you thinking of
Are
her?
you a keen Wizard
Arrogant.
fan? You knew that boy was going to lose the match.
Not really. Much too sedate a pastime for me. Also, it's simply not that challenging. The moves are always so obvious. Why does no one else see it?
Goodbye, Imelda.
Nice meeting you.
You're gonna like ominous gaunt.
I think I heard one. Doubt mermaids find us that interesting. Ah, based on all the chatter when you entered the common room, I'm guessing you're the new 5th year. I'm Ominous. Ominous Gaunt.
Nice to meet you, Ominous.
Well, you certainly had a memorable arrival.
Well, if I'm going to make my mark here, I had to start right away.
You're definitely in the right house. Do let me know if I can be of any help as you navigate your first days here, though I doubt you'll need it.
Did that student say he thought he heard a mermaid?
Yes, but I've never heard of a mermaid showing up outside our common room window. It is fun to play along, though. Been known to keep some first years on the lookout for hours.
Were you expecting to be sorted into Slytherin?
Most certainly. My family on my father's side are direct descendants of Salazar Slytherin, one of the 4 founders of Hogwarts. Not something I'm especially proud of, mind you. He was obsessed with blood status, a pure-blood maniac. Unfortunately, most of his descendants do not fall far from that tree.
Thank you, Ominous. Very nice to meet you.
Pleasure was all mine. Don't be a stranger.
Well,
I like Sebastian.
That is not helpful. Can I help you? Ah, you're the new 5th year. I'm Sebastian Sallow. Welcome to Slytherin.
Thank you.
Not everyone has a ministry escort to school.
He was a friend of Professor Fig's who merely joined us for the ride.
Still, impressive. Dreadful way to go, poor fellow. Glad you and Fig are all right.
Does it
It was
remind you of
dreadful,
any of them?
certainly, but quite an experience nonetheless.
I thought it would.
Interesting perspective. How did you and Fig manage to escape?
It's all still a bit of a blur, to be honest.
Didn't mean to press. You just get yourself settled. We can talk more later.
What book were you reading?
A spell book I picked up. Has a few interesting things, but not exactly what I was looking for. I'm sure you'll find out soon enough. But not every spell you may need can be found in our assigned textbooks.
Are you saying some spells aren't taught at Hogwarts? Which ones?
Seems I may have met a kindred spirit. That is a conversation for another time. It was good meeting you. Good luck today.
Yeah, she with a lot of spells, by
It's
the
the
way.
new 5th year
I
Slytherin
gathered.
here. Professor Weasley's waiting for you just by the stairs.
Transfiguration's far too difficult for me. Much prefer potions. I like Caloran.
I used to like
is this water? But I'm not splashing. Oh,
It's not a right thing for them,
it was water. Where am I going, can I ask?
Just up, no.
Up and away. Sorry.
Good morning. I trust you're ready for your first day at Hogwarts?
I've been dreaming of this day for a long time. Can't believe I'm here.
Well, you are here. Make the most of it. You only have one first day at Hogwarts. Now, in light of your unique situation, joining us as a 5th year, you'll need to catch up with your classmates and not fall behind. Especially as you'll be expected to complete your OWLs at the end of the year.
OWLs? Owls?
Yes, your ordinary wizarding level exams. They will determine what type of career you
Oh.
can have when you leave here. After much discussion with the headmaster and the
Oh, no.
Department of Magical Education at the Ministry, we've devised something extraordinary to ensure your success. Here you are.
Oh,
What is it?
It is a wizard's field guide. It will help you to keep track of what you are learning so that you master all that's expected of a 5th year. You would be wise to take full advantage of this exceptionally valuable resource.
oh yeah, just shove it under your armpit and it disappears.
What do you mean it will keep track of what I'm learning?
Perhaps seeing it in action will answer any questions you may have. Walk with me and we shall put it to the test.
I've never had
This way.
bouncing bulbs.
You can't open that
I
yet.
certainly would
Aw.
have appreciated something like the field guide when I was a student. Using the guide will also
Yeah, we
train
don't
you
want
to be
to
alert
find
to your surroundings.
Well, I got that.
Just trying to help solve
The guide will give you opportunities to practice your magic and educate yourself about wizarding lore. Do keep up! Why don't you cast Revelio on
Whoa,
that
why am I
and
running?
see what details the field guide
You
can
can't
provide?
open that yet. You need a spell slot. Right, press reverse.
I know which one. Mm.
Clever, isn't it? Keep your eyes open for more opportunities like that inside
Stop
and
running
outside
away.
of the castle. Ah, good timing. Perfect opportunity to show you how to use flue flames to get around a bit quicker. The
Sorry.
field guide contains a map of the castle. Open it up and find Central Hall.
It's a green dot. Click that. Right, click, go to the grand staircase, yeah.
Mm-hmm, that's where I am.
When they're green, you can use them. It's easier if you use the flue flame locations though. So go on to the little thing on the side. That's how you do it. And you have one in, well, you don't have all of them yet. When they're green, they're activated.
So at the library.
It's easier if you do it by the thing up there though.
The what thing up where?
You know where you've got the little side thing, you can use that instead.
And here we are.
I was
Quite the
trying to
time
use
saver.
it.
These
Oh.
stairs lead directly to Central Hall. You can
It
get
looks
almost
gay,
anywhere
sorry.
in the castle quickly from Central Hall. Always something happening here. It's the heart of the hive, our King's Cross station, so to speak.
I've taken to studying during the
Lumos.
That should be all for now. You'll be expected to attend both Charms and Defense Against the Dark Arts classes today. And I'd like to be sure you get to Hogsmeade as soon as possible to replace the supplies you lost on the way here.
What will I learn in Charms class?
Exactly what you might expect. Spells, charms, jinxes, all terribly useful. I think you will enjoy Professor Ronan. He's a clever and entertaining wizard, and a talented teacher.
Can you tell me more about the Defense Against the Dark Arts class?
Defense Against the Dark Arts, as the name implies, focuses on how to defend oneself against the evils that lurk beyond these walls. A mastery of Defense Against the Dark Arts is required for those who aspire to become Aurors. Fortunately, we are lucky to have the ever-gifted Professor Hecat in charge of our students' education in that regard.
You mentioned Hogsmeade, Professor.
Hogsmeade is the only all-wizarding village in Britain, and is home to an array of shops and pubs. You should be able to find all of the school supplies you require in Hogsmeade. You will also, I imagine, enjoy many a butterbeer there with friends in due course.
Thank you, Professor Weasley.
A lot to absorb on your first day, and you have much to learn. Happily, your professors have agreed to create additional assignments for you outside of class. You'll be up to speed in no time. Judging by your adept use of Revelio earlier, I'd say Professor succeeded in at least showing you the basics.
He did, Professor.
He's been terribly vague as to the events preceding your arrival, specifically about what happened after that awful dragon attack. My suspicion is that there's more to the story than a search for belongings and an extended trip up to the castle.
Basically, she's saying, has anything else happened that I should know about?
Oh.
I know which one I chose last time. You might click the one I clicked if you like now.
I'm sorry, Professor, but I'm afraid that's all there is to it.
I told her everything.
Almost precisely
Why?
what Professor Fig said.
She actually helps me.
Speak of the devil,
She ends up
Professor
finding
Fig.
out later anyway.
Your ears must have been burning.
Oh?
Yes. You seem to have provided our new fifth year with a solid foundation in the basics of spellcasting.
Ah, I'm afraid I can't take all the credit there, Professor. They've a rare aptitude for magic.
Well, I'm just glad you both arrived in one piece. Perfectly good boats.
I was gonna put that, and then you put me on edge by saying you might choose what I chose, so I tried to think of what you
I
chose.
chose the dragon's path, Professor. Rather unfortunately, it would seem that it chose us.
Very well. Enough chit-chat. I need
And
to
now
get
I
to
feel like
class.
I fucked up the game.
Might I rely on you, Professor Fig, to explain the details of the field guide's map?
Of course.
Thank you. Good luck today. And remember to use your field guide. It will be invaluable to you. And invaluable to me, as I'll be using it to keep up to date on your
Don't
progress.
tell me then.
Professor.
Come and find me in my classroom.
I didn't
on Field
ask.
both classes today.
I haven't
and
played
I'll
it
explain
before.
more about those assignments I
I don't want to know
And we'll see
everything.
if we can't get you to Hogsmeade for those supplies.
It's good to see you, Professor.
And you. I was hoping our paths would cross today, before you immersed yourself in studies. Did I hear you masterfully evade Professor Weasley's interrogation regarding our late arrival?
I did try to evade her questions, though I feel a little deceptive. That said, I'm fairly certain she suspects we're not being entirely forthcoming.
Yes, well, Professor Weasley is a brilliant and astute witch. It was right to keep the details to yourself for now. We don't know where this path we've embarked upon will lead. It may require a bit more flexibility with your time than she would approve of. And she may feel obliged to share details with the headmaster that would be better left between us.
Understood, Professor.
Good. Now, as capable as you are, I believe the ability you possess obliges you to be well trained. Happily, you have the benefit of an exceptionally skilled team of witches and wizards to guide you. Speaking of guides, and so that I may avoid another not-so-subtle reproof from Professor Weasley, why don't I show you the clever enchantment we included in the field guide's map? Unfold it and have a look.
Oh.
You can do that or
Or what?
the other one. You can do defense against dark arts or charms.
The map is enchanted to help you find your way.
This will be incredibly helpful. Thank you.
Now, sounds like you've quite a day ahead, what with classes and a trip to Hogsmeade for supplies, including your own wand. You'll enjoy Mr. Ollivander. He's an exceptional craftsman and a good friend. I shall reach out when I have more information about our mysterious locket. For now, focus on your classes and pay attention. More than your owls may hinge on the magic you are able to master within these walls.
Is that all you've got?
Professor Hecat!
Perhaps you'd be good enough to blast each other to pieces on your own time. I get new students every year, but I only have one Hebridean black skull. It was a token from the Great Poacher Raid of 1878. No doubt you've heard of it. Now, you may be asking yourself how an old woman like me single-handedly took out the largest poacher ring in eastern Wales and lived to boast about it. Knowledge. To the wise, age matters very little. Today we will review a spell that has saved me from death at the hands of dark wizards more times than I care to remember. Levioso.
Levioso? A levitation charm?
Levioso! A surprised opponent is a weak opponent. Care to defend yourself, Master Pruitt? No? One thing I've learned as an unspeakable is the value of simplicity, especially in the heat of battle. Now, let's practice what we've just learned, starting with something small.
Levioso.
Now, let's try something a little larger. Let us begin with a basic cast. See how the dummy deflected your cast? This time, cast Levioso first, then the basic cast. Remember, a surprise. Good. Now, the big well done. Very good, but the best way to practice is by dueling. We'll start with you two. Duelists, take your marks.
Time for a
Enemies
proper
love time on
Now, I want a fair
What do you mean?
using only Levioso,
I haven't played it before.
and Protego. You may begin.
Yeah, okay.
This should be easy. Protego. Complicates things.
Nothing lucky about it.
This can't be your first.
Let's just say I'm a
I do enjoy lively duels. Don't all my students for this event. Use the basic cast when your opponent's guard is down.
You
Is
give
it
as
not?
good as you get.
What?
Do you see how they act with each other?
Mhm.
Give you like the
I put you
Yeah,
on the
nothing
spot,
happens.
and you rose to the challenge. Points to Slytherin.
Thank you, Professor Hecat.
good.
Glad to have the opportunity to practice.
If what I've seen today is any indication, we can expect great things from you. I demand excellence from my students. They are capable of achieving it, and they must achieve it. A classroom duel is one thing, but battling dark wizards, or as ever more likely, goblins, is a different kettle of Grindylows entirely.
Understood, Professor.
So, I'd advise you to keep practicing whenever you can. Perhaps Mr. Sallow will have some ideas for you. Again, well done today. I shall reach out soon with additional assignments. All right. That's enough spectacle for one day. Class is dismissed.
That's not Sebastian. You go away.
Nice work.
I enjoyed that.
Well, that duel was quite something. Everyone will be talking about it.
It was certainly good practice.
Practice? Felt more like I was dueling an expert. Didn't expect a new student to be so deft with a wand. Then again, perhaps this wasn't your first duel.
I've dueled enough. Consider yourself lucky I held back.
Huh, fair enough. You owe me an honest duel when you aren't. You might be a perfect fit for a certain exclusive, unsanctioned dueling organization.
Oh God.
Exclusive and unsanctioned. Count me in.
Excellent. Knew I was right about you. If you want to
Say,
get the
is it not?
most out of your time at Hogwarts, you're going to need
Yeah,
to break
these two
the rules
remind
down.
me of two other people I
Whether it's
know, but
joining
in
a
real
secret
life.
dueling club or sneaking into the restricted section of the library, you just have to be clever enough not to get caught.
Thank you,
Yeah,
Sebastian.
well, one of them.
I'll keep that in
Don't
mind.
like the
Good.
other one.
Pleasure
Or the other
chatting with
one
you.
from,
I'm sure I'll see you soon.
The
Perhaps
boy.
somewhere unsanctioned. We'll see if your performance today was sheer luck or actual skill. Look for Luke and Brattleby near the clock tower entrance, if you're interested. Till next time.
Should I talk to these or not?
Oh no, they're not really important.
Okay.
I don't really know who you are. No, but last one quest. How long have you got left on your thingy?
Do, 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 do.
I'm just gonna check the time for today.
Mhm.
Megan.
Yeah, I know what time it is.
Do this now then, we'll do the, you know what I mean.
Mhm.
Sometimes I wish I wanted
Free. Oh. Da, 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 da. Free.
The chuck.
Do, do, do. Oh my God. Oh. I swear I get distracted by the littlest things.
What do you want?
Oh.
I'm sorry, I'm sorry.
Hold on. Oh my God, how many stairs?
Ronan tends to go on a bit. We sometimes have to remind him to finish the lesson.
Some of us don't necessarily want him to get back to them.
Not Sunday.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Here, behind you. There is an open seat here.
Thank you.
Do not, Megan.
Hello, I am Nettie.
Don't.
So you are the new student. Have you met Professor Ronan yet?
Shall we begin? Welcome to year 5 of charms.
Now,
this will be
It is.
crucial in your education on the art of charm work. But I am confident you will take hold of the passion and rigor requisite of such a challenge. Right now, everyone, please
Casually
open your
doing
textbooks
Scots.
to page 517. But before we begin,
Oh my god, the
anyone
butterfly.
here tell me the difference between the incantations of the
Butterflies.
color change and growth charts? Anyone?
I look so puzzled.
Anyone? I
Me.
am afraid it is too late to study now. My, the summer months must have really taken a toll on you all. By the looks of it, you all spent your holidays practicing Obliviate on one another. Do you even remember how to perform a basic summoning charm? Well, it seems that we are in dire need of review. Everyone get into pairs and take positions on opposite sides of the classroom.
Oh god.
Now let's put those textbooks to use as the blunt objects you so believe they are, and take turns summoning them out of one another's hands. Only one book will be needed per partnership, Miss Dale. Thank you. Get into place now.
Oh. Oh.
That is not bad.
You are a swift learner. I see a lot of potential, but remember, potential is nothing without practice. Keep at it. You might just rival Miss Onai here. Very good, everyone. That's enough of that. Well, as you all seem to have the basics down, and it is an exceptionally lovely day, I was thinking that we might have ourselves a little excursion outside for a spot of fresh air. After me.
We'll see why in a minute. You know, if I hate this one, I hate it, or are you going to be really good and love it?
Is it to do with butterflies?
No balls.
Oh my.
I've always found that fun goes hand in hand with mastery, as I'm sure
I
the
knew it.
Quidditch players amongst us would agree.
I knew. I know it's not.
So, what better than a bit
No.
of sport to put
Don't
our
know.
prowess with the summoning charm to the test, right?
Oh god.
You
So
remember
why don't
when
we
I
have our
showed you
newest
this?
student start us off?
Oh.
Very simply, cast Accio on one of the spheres and relinquish your charm at the
Hold
last
on.
possible moment. Now, think of this like gobstones, if you will. But instead of throwing the marbles out, you are summoning them toward you. That's it! Splendid! Very good!
You little
focused.
bitch.
Very good. Points to Slytherin. But there's certainly no sport in playing without some friendly competition. Miss Onai, would you care to give our new student a bit of a challenge? Come on up.
Right, I didn't realise you had to hold square down. I mean,
You'll be the blues just
yeah.
as before, and Miss Onai, you are playing red. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Wait, so I'm blue.
Oh, that's a good one as well.
Okay. Let's see. Move out my way.
Oh, that was just there. That's really good. She's gonna knock yours off.
That is how it's done.
Is it?
I accidentally released it.
The only problem is if she gets it straight on 50.
I need to get it on 50 now, don't I?
Yeah. Yes. Like 50, so 60. That's very close, Megan.
Well.
I'm so happy with myself.
No, oh no, you're getting so excited with that.
Let us make this a bit more interesting,
Oh no.
shall we?
Obstacles. Oh,
I think
crap.
we are well past interesting at this point.
I'll say.
Enough chatter. Focus now. You will need it. This round settles it all.
Let us see this.
So you gotta time it now. Oh god.
Yes! I know everyone is watching, but try not to ignore this. You are doing quite well.
Excellent control there.
She's so happy. She's literally
Sure.
smiling, nodding, like, yeah.
Yeah, because I'm quite proud of myself.
That is how it's done. Brilliant. Watch this.
Just gonna knock her own ball.
There we go.
Oh, Meg. You just gotta get 10 more than I. You get 50, 50, 50.
A perfect score. Remarkable.
You're just like me, you know.
Very good, both of you. Well done. Class is dismissed. Gather your things on the way out.
Good game back there. I must admit, I think I underestimated you. Took me weeks to become proficient with Accio. Took weeks for me to get anything right when I transferred here. It gets easier, I promise.
That's good to hear. It's a lot to take in all at once.
To put it lightly, I remember how I felt when I first arrived. I transferred here from Ouagadougou just before my 4th year. My mother received an offer to teach divination here. Before I knew it, we had left Uganda and were halfway around the world at a new school in a new country.
Is Ouagadougou much bigger than Hogwarts?
Ouagadougou School of Magic is the largest wizarding school in the world. So yes, bigger than Hogwarts. But it never seemed intimidating or overwhelming to me. It always felt like home.
Is Ouagadougou a castle like Hogwarts?
Its address is Mountains of the Moon. It is not so much a castle as a beautiful edifice carved out of the mountainside. I remember the first time I saw it,
Stop
the mist
waffling.
was so thick I could hardly make out anything at all. And then it just materialized before me, this enormous school that seemed to be floating in midair.
This may seem an odd question, but is magic the same there as it is here?
Mostly, yes. But I did have to learn how to use a wand when I arrived here. Hardly anyone at Ouagadougou uses one.
Spells cast without a wand must be less powerful than those cast with a wand.
No, no, not at all. Wizarding magic cast without a wand is just as powerful. I find wandless magic to be much more instinctive.
Yeah,
Not to
whatever.
mention quite convenient if one is without their wand. I must admit, however, that I am growing quite fond of using a wand. It seems very dramatic.
Like you then.
It's nice to learn about another wizarding school.
Thank you for asking. I do miss Wagadu, but I am glad to be here at Hogwarts. Ah, I think Professor Ronan wants to talk to you. Better not keep him waiting. Until next time.
Of course, you can use it.
Yeah, well, like, whatever.
Pull to him first, because then it'll end.
Clothing.
Yeah,
Besides,
okay.
Sebastian,
We're still recording.
You know it won't work.
Mm-hmm.
You wanted to speak with me, Professor?
I did. I trust your first charms lesson lived up to expectation?
Well, an outdoor competition wasn't exactly the lesson I was expecting, sir.
What charm is there in the expected? You did well, managing to best as gifted a student as Miss Onai.
Thank you, Professor. I enjoyed the match.
Miss Onai is always a fierce competitor, though I sense that she is a bit distracted of late. Now, Professor Weasley has asked that your professors give you instruction outside of the ordinary curriculum. Expect to hear from me soon regarding a special assignment that I am preparing for you.
Well, like, whatever her name said, wherever she's gone.
Aren't you?
Bye. Until next time, so yeah, we're gonna end it here, and that's it. If you enjoyed it, then do whatever you want. You don't have to do anything, but yeah, this is where we're gonna end it.
Mate, you're gonna give me an athletic fit if you keep moving around. Should be something by that statue or hold on.
Anyway, so yeah, we're gonna leave it there while I'm casually running around. But that's it for today. And if you enjoyed it, then leave a like if you want to, and then maybe subscribe. Up to you. But yeah. Until next time. Oh my god. I know I said I ended it, but I had to do that.